Hey guys, Ryan Drury here for CanadaFootballChat.com, bringing you part 4 of our 5-part Niagara Football Academy Inside the Collapse series. Now, to review, in the first video, we talked to the head coach of the NFA, Jeff MacArthur. Then, in the second video, we managed to get some comments from former player Kyle Ford. Now, we're trying to get some comments from some more players for the next video, and we'll hopefully have some statements from more players of the former NFA for you. In the third video, some anonymous parents reached out to me to give their take on Niagara Football Academy and the failure there. And in this video, we have some statements from 2 businessmen that actually worked in conjunction with the NFA in some regard, and they reached out to me after seeing the first couple videos and have given me a couple really good statements on how they feel their experience with Niagara Football Academy went. Now, the first man that reached out to me is a man by the name of Dan Bowman. He owns a fitness equipment store in the Niagara region, and he reached out to me to just give me a quick little quip about what he experienced business-wise with Niagara Football Academy. Now, Dan said, "Hello, my name is Dan Bowman, and my company Niagara Fitness outfitted the Niagara Football Academy with exercise equipment for their weight room. We are still owed thousands of dollars as payment for the equipment. We have been misled with false promises on numerous occasions, and it appears as though we will never see another nickel. There's much more to this story, and I would welcome the opportunity to share more of our experience with you, if nothing more than to warn potential recruits before they get involved with a dishonorable program such as this. Sincerely, Dan Bowman." Now, obviously, this is pretty interesting coming from a businessman, and the whole point of this series is to get multiple perspectives from people involved with Niagara Football Academy, or even people not involved, just as many perspectives as we can get. And so we're pretty lucky to have businessmen or women that have worked with NFA that have reached out to us and taken the time to give their perspective on this whole situation. Again, I want to stress that none of the opinions given in these videos are that of CanadaFootballChat.com's. These are opinions and stories given to us from outside sources that were involved with Niagara Football Academy. We've tried a couple of times to reach out to Trisha Levasseur, as well as representatives from Niagara Academy. We've sent numerous emails. We did hear back from Trisha briefly. There wasn't a lot of info given in the email. She didn't really give us any info to go off of. So we can understand that they're in a court battle right now. Everybody wants to stay tight-lipped on both ends, and that's fine. We're just trying to get as many perspectives here as possible, and we obviously welcome any statement from either of those two parties regarding the collapse of the football program at Niagara Football Academy. Now, the second man that reached out to me is a man by the name of John Temou, and he is the owner, I believe, of a company, a filming company called Culture Shock TV. Now, he saw my first video in the series and reached out to me a couple of times and actually tried to post a couple comments on our site. I don't know if they actually got up there, but if it has, this is basically the statement he gave me about his experience working with Niagara Football Academy. Take a listen to this. Now, John's statement started by saying, "Hello, Ryan. I hope your story will delve deeper into Trisha Levasseur, the so-called brains behind the Niagara Football Academy, and investigate the wake of very angry parents and businesses like my own that have supplied goods or services to the academy only to get ripped off. I experienced a barrage of empty promises, countless bounce checks, and outright lies. She, being Trisha, even tried to pull shenanigans with me with a Western Union transfer from one of the parents' payments. Now, the real question remains is how involved is Trisha, aka Mama T, in this new academy incarnation, Canada Prep Football Academy, this being the one at Pinehurst. And if Coach Jeff MacArthur is so concerned about the players, then why did he turn his back on so many families that got ripped off? How can he turn a blind eye? And is Jeff still living at Trisha Levasseurs' home in Fort Erie? I suppose a paid gig is a paid gig, regardless of ethics. Ask Trisha why she couldn't travel into the USA with the team to watch her son play down there. Ever. What's the real reason? Stop hiding, Trisha. Pay your debts. What was the line you repeatedly fed me when you demanded that I release highlight footage for the players without paying me a penny? You said, "Don't punish the kids." Indeed, shame on you both. The worst is yet to come, John continued. More candid behind-the-scenes footage soon. I witnessed some very dangerous and illegal incidents while traveling with the Spartans into the USA for 4 of their games in the US. I have some of it on video. John ended his statement to us by saying, "Stay tuned, football fans. The documentary is coming." So clearly, John has decided to compile footage that he shot while trying to be paid by the Niagara Football Academy. He traveled with the team. He filmed games and obviously was paid, I guess, to film some of those aforementioned highlight tapes for the kids in my other videos, and hasn't received any money for it. And he's claiming that he witnessed some pretty illegal and also, he said, dangerous activity while traveling with the team. And obviously he has the intention of making a documentary film about it. Now, I don't know how up in the air that is right now. Obviously, John sounds like he's pretty sincere about it, and we're very interested to see and hear from him when that documentary is released, because it will probably be some pretty controversial stuff. But we would like to take the time to thank John Temou and Dan Bowman for reaching out to me and our website, CanadaFootballChat.com. So on behalf of the website, thank you guys very much for giving us these statements. I feel like they're a pretty integral piece to the story. I mean, we have parents, players, and like I mentioned, we're going to try and get some statements from more former players. I'm working on that pretty hard, and we've been able to talk to Jeff MacArthur as well. So a lot of different perspectives here that just adds another layer of depth to this confusing and stressful story surrounding the collapse of Niagara Football Academy. On behalf of CanadaFootballChat.com, stay tuned for more, guys. I'm Ryan Drury.